In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 100 best cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team as we go into season number 7 this upcoming Friday. I wanted to get you guys an updated top 100 best cards in this game tier list, so just so you guys can know what are the best cards in this game before we go into the new season. We have a tier list here ranging from S all the way down to the F tier category, and guys, in my opinion, these are the top 100 best cards in this game. So every single card you see on this tier list I think is really good. So even if there's a card in F tier, right, or a card in D tier, that does not mean I think they're a bad card and that they're an F tier card. It just means that I think compared to the top 100 best cards in the game, they're probably like 90 to 100, which is still a great card. I mean, if your top 90 card is on your squad, I mean, that's a really good card to have. Any single card is an amazing card on anybody's lineup. Like even a Diamond Delano Banton is really good, or a Pink Diamond Rocco. Like these cards are still very good. So let me know what you guys are changing about my tier list. We have a lot of cards to rank and go through and talk through, so not going to be able to talk about every single card for like 10 minutes, but going to give you guys kind of my opinions of where I'm putting them on this list. But let me know about this tier list, what you guys would change about it at the end of the video. So Dark Matter Hakeem, right? To me, this is C tier. Again, is Hakeem a bad power forward? No. Is Hakeem really good? 100% yes. But is he like a top 50 card in this game? I would say no. I don't think he's a top 10 card at his position. I don't think he's a top 10 power forward anymore. I think C tier might be a little bit, honestly a little bit high for this card, but we're going to go C tier for now with Hakeem, and I think that's probably also where Brandon Roy is going to go as well. Again, I could see these cards potentially getting moved down because you have to remember there's so many great cards on this list, but I think Hakeem is really good defensively. Brandon Roy, I wish he had better dribble sigs, but his jump shot is really good, and he's a great slashing shooting guard. Now we have a very easy selection. We have invincible Nikola Jokic at the point guard position. He's obviously going to be an S. I mean, he's debatably the best point guard, second best point guard in this game. He's like a top 3 card in my team. He's easily going to be in that S tier category. Now, Dark Matter Dominique Wilkins is a tricky one for me because I'm not a huge fan of this card's jump shot, but I know a lot of people do like this card. I think where I'm thinking, I mean, he's 6'8" at point guard with a 6'10" wingspan. I'm thinking probably B tier because he has Pro 2 fade, he has good dribble sigs. I'm just not a huge fan of his jump shot, but if you like his jump shot, he could even be higher than B tier. I think for me, B tier, like I feel like he's a better card than Brandon Roy and Hakeem. Talking about Chris Webber, the 100 overall card, I think for Chris Webber, you still probably have to put him A tier. There's going to be a lot of cards in each tier. I think he's probably mid to lower A tier, but I would still say Chris Webber is going to be in that A tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Zach Edey, I feel like he's still probably A tier as well. I mean, he's 7'5" at the center position with a 7'10" wingspan. His jump shot's still really good. Yes, he's a little bit on the slower side. He's not as mobile, you know, on the defensive side of the floor, but he's still going to be an absolute monster down low. He's an absolute giant. He's going to be an A tier. Devin Booker, now I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with this. I'm not as high on Devin Booker as a lot of people. I think he's a good point guard for sure. I think Devin Booker is definitely very good at the point guard position. Again, he's in B tier. That's probably like a top 50 card in this game, top 60 card in this game. That is still very good. So I think B tier is probably fair for Devin Booker on the same ranking as a Dominique Wilkins. Larry Bird for me is probably very high A tier. I don't think he's like a top 5 shooting guard in this game, or he's like number 4 or 5 in my opinion. I think there's 3 cards I would definitely take over Larry Bird at shooting guard. He's probably number 4 or number 5 in my opinion, so I don't know if I can put him in the S tier category, but he's probably going to be one of the highest cards in A. He is very good at the shooting guard position. I just wish he had a better dribble style. That De'Aaron Fox dribble style really does hurt the card, because besides that, his sigs are amazing, his jump shot's really good, and he also does have the Pro 2 fade. Talking about Galaxy Wemby, I don't know if this card's S tier anymore. He is still so glitchy, and he still has one of the most uncontestable, or he has the most uncontestable jump shot in this entire game, but he's a little bit on the slower side. He is still overpowered. I think he's probably, again, like Larry Bird, one of the highest cards in A, but I think for now, A tier is probably a fair spot for Galaxy Wemby. Now, Dark Matter LeBron, just a straight up Dark Matter, is probably C tier, if we're being completely honest, and I could even see him dropping down to D tier. He's still a great card, for sure. He's still a good card, 100%, but I don't know if you can put him any higher than C tier. Talking about his invincible version, though, that we just got in the out of position set this last Friday, I mean, him and Jokic are the 2 best point guards in my team. Debate who you want, Jokic or LeBron. I think they're very similar at the point guard position. I personally, you know, have LeBron bias. I'd probably take LeBron over Jokic, but I mean, they're both insane at the point guard position and easily going to be like 2 of the top 3 cards in this entire game. Now, talking about 100 overall Luka, to me, he's kind of always on that same ranking as as Devin Booker. I think they're good point guards. I don't think they're like, you know, upper echelon point guards in this game, but I still think they're very good. Gonna throw them in B tier. Galaxy Opal Miles Turner is a really good card. For money spend players, for budget players, this is a great card. Is he as good as Hakeem? Debatably. I think it's debatable at the power forward position, but I think realistically, again, top 100 best cards in this game, I think he's realistically going to be in D tier. Now, talking about Pink Diamond Jabari Smith Jr., I'm telling you guys, this card is insane. Like, I want to put him in B tier. I'm not even kidding, and people are going to call me crazy putting him on the same tier as 100 overall Luka, 100 overall Booker, but this is a 6'11" shooting guard with a 7'3" wingspan and an elite level jump shot. You're not going to find that, and he also has good sigs like KD escape, fly behind the back. He's got great movement. Also with the Devin Booker dribble style, his fade is not that bad. So like, I mean, this card is insane. Even though he's a pink diamond, he's like a hidden dark matter. So I think he's easily going to be in B tier in my personal opinion. Talking about dark matter Magic, I understand he's still 6'9" at point guard, but we have that with Dominique Wilkins, right? We have a 7-foot point guard in Bogut. We have these cards that are just better than Magic. They have better jump shots. They have just as good or better dribble saves. They have better stats and badges. So yes, Magic is still very good. He's still a C tier card. He's really, really good at point guard, but I don't know if he can be any higher than C tier. Manu Ginobili probably falls in that ranking as well. I think Manu is probably somewhere in like high C tier. I still think he's a really good card at the point guard position. I don't know if I would take him on the same level as like a Luka, a Devin Booker, and a Dominique Wilkins at point guard, but I think he's very good. He's going to be in C tier. Now, Andrew Bogut is a tough card to rank because honestly, do I think he's a better point guard than Booker and Luka? I think he's definitely on the same ranking. I think he could be A tier. I think for now, I'm probably going to go high B tier for Bogut because I don't know if he's on the same ranking as like an ED, a Wemby, a Bird, but I do think he's really, really good. I'm definitely going to put Bogut in that high B tier category. Joel Embiid, he's always on that same ranking as Hakeem. They're pretty much the same card at the power forward position. Dark Matter Beasley, I think Dark Matter Beasley is an S tier card. I love that card's jump shot. It's my favorite jump shot in this entire game. I view it as the best jump shot on my team. His sigs are a lot better on the dark matter. His defense on his dark matter is a lot better compared to his pink diamond card. So I think you kind of have to give Beasley still that S tier category. Talking about Brandon Ingram, I think he's good. Realistically, he's probably D tier. Again, really good card. So is Miles Turner, but I think D tier is probably fair. I think I would take Brand Roy over him at the shooting guard position. Talking about 100 overall Wilt, I think this card is probably S tier. I mean, in my opinion, I still believe he's the best power forward in my team. We haven't got that like overpowered invincible at power forward except for Wemby, but like most people probably run that. Actually, most people probably run that card at power forward. So I guess he's the second best power forward in this game. But I think for that, he's still going to be an S tier. He's got an 8-foot wingspan. He's insane defensively, in my opinion. He's probably like lower S tier, but I still think he's going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Ron Artest, I think he's a good card. I think a lot of these guys in C tier are just like good dark matters from the past. They're maybe not outdated, but like they came out, what, 2 months ago now? So like they're still really good cards. Like Ron Artest still plays great defense. He's still got a good jump shot. They're just not on like the newer dark matter wave or like the newer cards that we're getting in this game that are overpowered, in my personal opinion. Like crazy enough, I would take Jabari Smith Jr. over Ron Artest, over Brandon Roy at the shooting guard position. Now Dark Matter Bol I think is probably B tier. This card, in my opinion, I maybe was overhating on a little bit. I think he's actually a lot better than maybe what I've said in the past. I think this card is really good at power forward. I'm just not a huge fan of his jump shot. 100 overall Tracy McGrady. I think this card could definitely be argued S tier. He's better than Larry Bird in my opinion for sure. I think I'll probably go S for Tracy McGrady. I do think he's a better card than Larry Bird just because of his dribble sigs being a lot better in my personal opinion. Now talking about Dark Matter Dr. J, obviously not his invincible card, but I still think he's amazing at shooting guard. I still think Dark Matter Dr. J is probably a B tier shooting guard. I would still take him over Ron Artest, B Roy, those type of cards at the shooting guard position. I would say, maybe take him over Jabari Smith. I think that one's actually a closer ranking than most people would like to admit. I think Nick Young is probably C tier. He's got really good offense for sure. Like his offense, his jump shot is really good. His dribble sigs are solid, but he doesn't play much defense. And I feel like right now in this game, you gotta have high level defense. So I think Nick Young is probably going to be in low C tier. Talking about Dark Matter Kareem, this is still a top tier card. This is still an A tier card. I don't know if he's S tier anymore. There's cards like Dark Matter Dikembe we'll talk about that I think are definitely better than him, but I think he's still really, really good on that same ranking as Dark Matter Zach Edey. Talking about 100 overall Pippen, I don't know if this is the card I can put in S. I think, again, like Larry Bird, very good cards of their position, definitely higher A tier, but I just don't know if they're S tier cards. at this point in my team. Dark Matter D-Rob is probably a step below from like Kareem in my opinion. I think he's B tier. I think he's a really good power forward card. I also really like this card at center. I think he's honestly better at the center position because his jump shot isn't like insane this year, but I think it's still pretty good. I think D-Rob's going to be in B tier. Pink Diamond Beasley, you guys can call me crazy, but like I almost want to put this card in A. Do we go more realistic and put him in B tier? I think like I would take him over most of these cards in B. Is that crazy to say? I'll go B tier for Beasley, but I'm telling you guys, I look, you want to put that card in A. I think he's so good at the small forward position. Dark Matter Lonzo feels like a C tier card to me. Tyler Hansbrough, again, for no money spend players, if you guys have this card, he is very good. Is he on the level of some of these Dark Matters? He might be, but I think he's probably that step below. He's going to be in the D tier category. Now, Invincible Kevin Durant, I mean, all the Invincible cards, guys, spoiler alerts, are going to be in that S tier category because they're all like the best cards in this game by far. So Kevin Durant, 6'10" shooting guard, he's an Invincible. He's going to be in the S tier category. Now, 100 overall Penny, not the biggest fan of this card, honestly. Like, I think Bogut might be a better point guard. I think Penny Hardaway is going to be in B tier. I'm not a huge fan of that card. I think he's sort of more closer to like a Devin Booker and a Luka Doncic in my personal opinion. Dark Matter Kawhi, I still think is low A tier. I would take him over Dr. J at the shooting guard position. I would take him obviously over Jabari Smith Jr. I think his defense is still top tier. He's one of the best on-ball defenders in this game. He's got a great jump shot, and his behind the back might be my favorite behind the back in this game. So really like Kawhi Leonard at the shooting guard position. Gonna throw him in A tier. Dark Matter Jason Kidd is a tough card to rank because he's a lot shorter than most of the best point guards on my team now, especially with the out of position drop. He's only 6'4", but that card's jump shot is still really good. I'm still going to go somewhere in B tier for Jason Kidd. Luol Deng, I think, is probably also a B tier card. I would say, like, he's really good defensively. He's got a good jump shot. Is he A tier? You could maybe argue it like low A tier, but I think B tier is probably more of a fair ranking for Dark Matter Luol Deng. Amen Thompson, call me crazy. I know people are going to disagree with this ranking, but I'm going to go Amen Thompson in A tier. Sorry that I keep coughing. I am literally losing my voice, but Amen Thompson, I think, is probably A tier on the same ranking as Kawhi. I think they're very close in ranking. You can argue Kawhi is better. You can argue Amen Thompson is better. But for me personally, I think Amen Thompson is slightly better at the shooting guard position, but both of those cards are easily going to be in A tier. Now, talking about 100 overall James Worthy, not a huge fan of this card. Is it crazy to throw him in C tier? I don't think he's better than like a Beasley or a Luol Deng at the small forward position. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy. Jason Tatum, again, call me crazy. He's going in F tier. Just don't like that card's jump shot whatsoever. Karl Malone, he's good. I think he's a solid card. He's probably like C tier in my opinion. Maybe you could argue B. I'll probably go like somewhere in like the middle C tier for Karl Malone. Zach LaVine, he's probably D tier. Not as good as Lonzo and Magic in my personal opinion, but I do think LaVine is still a good point guard option. Dark Matter Josh Smith, he feels like B tier to me. He's a really good defensive card. He's basically Dark Matter LeBron with a better jump shot and better dribble sigs. Talking about Invincible Wemby, I mean, again, he's an invincible card. He might still be the best card in this game. He probably is still the best card in this game. I mean, he's a 7'4" power forward. He's an invincible card. Best dribble sigs on my team. One of the best jump shots. I mean, again, it's Invincible Wemby. He's going to go in the S tier category. Anthony Edwards going to go in F. I just do not like these cards' jump shots whatsoever for Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum. Now, 100 overall Yao Ming. Again, another very obvious S tier selection. He's the best center in this game besides Wemby. 7'6", 100 overall, so he's got like 97 speed. Unguardable at the center position for Yao with his player build, his size. He's also got a good jump shot for a 100 overall card. So Yao, easily, in my opinion, going to be in the S tier category. 100 overall James Harden is a good point guard, without a doubt. I think he's probably low B tier in my opinion. I think he's better than Lonzo and Magic at the point guard position, better than Ginobili, but he's nowhere near these cards in A tier, in my personal opinion. Talking about Dark Matter Alex Sarr, this is a very good card. I think he's probably B tier though. I don't know, again, if he's on the same ranking as like a big man like Wemby, Edie, Kareem. I think he's probably a step below those cards, so he's going to be in the B tier category. Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels, again, really good budget option. I would say like C tier though. Pink Diamond Jabari Smith is a better Pink Diamond. Beasley's a better Pink Diamond in my personal opinion. I think Dyson's really good, especially for his price and only being a Pink Diamond card, you know, in the C tier category is amazing for a Pink Diamond, but I do think he's going to be in C tier though. Dark Matter Draymond, not a huge fan of this card's jump shot. I think he's still probably C tier though. I think he's on the same ranking as Alonzo and a Magic Johnson. 100 overall Chris Bosh, he's a good card. Honestly though, I'm not a huge fan of his jump shot. I think he's going to be in the same ranking as Hakeem and Joel Embiid, just in my personal opinion. Dark Matter Tim Thomas, still one of the best small forwards in this game. 100%. Again, I don't know, can he be A tier? He could. He's a 6'10" 3 guard, or sorry, small forward, I should say. 7'2" wingspan, has a good jump shot. I don't know. Does that make sense? Tim Thomas, is he better than all these cards in B tier? You know what? I'll go Tim Thomas in A tier. I mean, he is really good at the small forward position. Peja feels like a B tier card in my personal opinion. Anthony Davis is good. Honestly, like, Anthony Davis might be B tier, dude. I don't know. His jump shot's just not that great. He's only 6'10" at the power forward position. Like, Dark Matter Marc Gasol is better than Anthony Davis. He's taller. He's about the same defensively, but he has a much better jump shot at the power forward position. So I think Gasol is easily better than Anthony Davis, Chris Bosh, these type of cards. So I do think he's going to be in B tier. 100 overall Paulo. I don't know if he's S tier. I don't think he's an S tier card, but I do think Paulo is very, very good. I mean, he's on that like Chris Webber ranking in my personal opinion. Definitely one of the most complete and all-around cards in this game. That is not 100 overall. Oh, sorry, that is not an invincible card, because obviously those are the most complete cards in this game. But I do think Paulo's going to be an A tier. I think Dirk Nowitzki and Chet are also going to be in the A tier category. I think these are some of the best power forward cards in this game. Dirk, I would say, is slightly better than Chet, but Chet is still one of the best defensive cards in my team. You know, my opinion at power forward, he's still better than a D-Rob, Asar, Marc Gasol, you know, Bull. Same thing with Dirk. I mean, Dirk got a jump shot change. Really good release on Dirk Nowitzki, and he's one of the best power forwards in this entire game. Now, talking about Dark Matter Tyler Hero, realistically, he's going to be an F tier. 100 overall Clay is a good card. I think you could probably go like low B tier for 100 overall Clay. I think 100 overall Tim Duncan is probably low B tier. Again, I think he's better than like an Anthony Davis, a Chris Bosh, a Hakeem, a Joel Embiid at the power forward position, but he's nowhere near the big man of like Kareem, you know, Wemby, Chet, Dirk, in my personal opinion. So I think 100 overall non-pro pass Tim Duncan is going to be in B tier. Stephon Castle is a great point guard. I think realistically he's B tier though. He's better than Magic. He's better than Lonzo in my opinion, but I think B tier is a fair ranking for Stephon Castle. Now, 100 overall Dwight is Anthony Davis, but better. Is he a tier above Anthony Davis? I don't think so. So I'm probably going to go like same tier as Anthony Davis for Dwight Howard. I do think he's slightly better though. Now, Galaxy Denny is insane. Galaxy Denny is easily B tier alongside Bogut. Could I see Denny in the A tier category? 100% yes, but I do think he's probably a step below. He's going to be at high B tier. Talking about Invincible Dr. J, again, very easy ranking. He's going in the S tier category. So are all the Invincible cards. They're just insane. That Dr. J card is unbelievable at the shooting guard position. Talking about Dark Matter Josh Giddey, I think sort of on that same ranking as like a Denny. I think they're very similar at the point guard position. They're both going to be B tier in my opinion. Dark Matter Dr. J, sorry, Dark Matter Triple J, I should say. He's going to be in C tier. I think he's like a same level as Hakeem, same level as Embiid, you know, at the power forward position. Kevin Durant, realistically, guys, is going to be in D tier. His Dark Matter card is just not that great. Honestly, I think Kevin Durant's probably going to be an F tier for his Dark Matter. Again, still a good card. He's still a top 100 card in this game, but I don't think he's going to be any higher than F tier. 100 overall Cade is great. Do I think Cade is A tier? No, I just don't think there's that many point guards that are in the A tier category, just for me personally. So I do think Cade's going to be in high B tier. Booz Ellis is solid, but I do think he's probably C tier in my opinion. 100 overall Carmelo, I still feel like you have to go A. I think he's on the same ranking as a Kawhi, as an Amen Thompson. I do think he's sort of on the same ranking as these two shooting guards. Talking about Invincible Jimmy Butler, again, I mean, these Invincible cards are just like unbelievable. Like, Jimmy Butler is so good at the point guard position. Is he as good as Jokic and LeBron? No, but is he unbelievable? 100% yes. Easily going in the S tier category. Talking about LaMarcus Aldridge, I mean, this is a 6'11" 2 guard with a great jump shot. I kind of want to put him A tier, man. I really want to put this card A. I think he's not that much far behind and probably actually better than an Amen Thompson type of card at the shooting guard position. I mean, he's 6'11" at the 2 guard with a great jump shot and good defensive stats and badges. He's not slow by any means. I mean, this card is easily going to be in somewhere in the high B or low A tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Dikembe, this might be the hottest take of the entire video. Dikembe is an S tier card. Call me absolutely insane. I will understand that. I think that Dikembe card is seriously broken. I think he's Galaxy Opal Wemby, faster, stronger, better defensively, maybe a better jump shot. I think he's basically Galaxy Opal Wemby, but on steroids. That's what I think. That's what I think for Dark Matter Dikembe. So in my opinion, I think after the Invincible cards and 100 overall cards like, you know, Wemby and Yao and Wilt, he's probably the next best center in my personal opinion. Talking about Delano Banton, I know he's only a diamond card, but this card is really good. I think I would take him over Anthony Edwards. I would take him over Tyler Hero. But I think realistically, he's probably going to be in like D tier. Talking about Dark Matter Mark Eden, this is a huge center card, 7'4", at the center position. I think he's A tier in my opinion. His defense is top tier 100%. Jerry Stackhouse is just an okay card. I do think he's going to be in C tier. AK-47, I feel like if we have Tim Thomas in the A tier category, we got to put AK in there as well. I mean, AK is such a good defensive card. Donovan Clingan is really good. Again, call me crazy, Donovan Clingan is in B tier. I think he's a better card than Chris Bosh. I think he's better than Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis. His jump shot is just so much better, and he's also taller than a lot of those cards, or all of those cards, I should say. Now, 100 overall Vince Carter, he's probably somewhere in that B tier category. I would say like lower B tier in my personal opinion. Pro Pass Tim Duncan, the level 40 Pro Pass Tim Duncan, I still feel like is an S tier card. I think he's the next best power forward after Wilt, after Wemby. I think he's probably on the same ranking as like a Dikembe at the power forward position. I do think he's going to be an S tier. Talking about Invincible Giannis, I mean, another obvious S tier card. The best small forward in this game, I think, right? There's no other Invincibles at small forward. I guess you could run LeBron at small forward, but Giannis is probably better because of his size at the small forward position, being 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. 100 overall Shea. Is he S tier? He probably is, right? I do think he's better than Scottie Pippen at point guard. I do think he's like lower S tier, but I do think Shea is still going to be in the S tier category. Galaxiopoulos on the same ranking as Miles Turner, both very good for being Galaxiopoulos. I think Rocco, honestly, I'm going to put Rocco in like, yeah, probably like D tier. 100 overall Ben Simmons, he's sort of on the same ranking as like a Shea. I do think he's better than Shea at the point guard position. I mean, this is a 6'10" point guard. Or do they have Ben Simmons at 6'11"? I don't remember this year. Is he 6'11"? No, he's 6'10". Yeah, 6'10" at point guard is unbelievable. His defense is some of the best in this entire game. I think you got to put Ben Simmons in the S tier category. Blake Griffin, he's a good small forward card. I do think he's probably somewhere in that like lower A tier category. Rognani is a good power forward. I think he's somewhere in C tier. 100 overall Oscar, probably also in C tier. I'm just not a huge fan of this Oscar card. I mean, maybe I could go like, I'll go low B tier for Oscar, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that card. 100 overall Shaq, I don't think is S tier anymore, but he's a really good power forward option. I just don't think he's on the S tier category in my personal opinion, but I do think Shaq is still going to be an A tier. Dark Matter Dennis Rodman, not a huge fan of this card because of his jump shot. I think he's going to be in realistically D tier. Dark Matter Giannis is still one of the best Dark Matters in this game, but I think he's going to be somewhere in B tier. 100 overall Kristaps, he's on the same ranking as Shaq. Both of these cards are older 100s. They were like two of the first 100 overall cards to drop in this game, but I do think they're still very, very good at the power forward position. Clyde Drexler, not a huge fan of this card. I think he's going to be in low B tier. Dark Matter Gary Payton, he's on that same ranking as like a Magic Johnson, Lonzo Ball at the point guard position. Sengun, not a huge fan of this card at power forward. He's going to be in D tier. 100 overall MJ. Sorry, my voice is like literally gone. 100 overall MJ. I think he's going to be high A tier. You know what? I'll go MJ low S. I'll go MJ low S. I think he's probably like the lowest card in the S tier category. Terry Dishinger is good. I think he's going to be in somewhere in B tier. Adam Morrison, I'm just not a huge fan of this card. He's just not for me. He's going to be an F tier. And then Dark Matter Ben Wallace. I know he's undersized, but this card is unbelievable with his jump shot. He has Patty Mills base, which is insane to have on a power forward card. So in my opinion, guys, this is my ranking of the top 100 best cards in this game. So again, like I talked about at the start of the video, as I scroll through the tiers slowly, so you guys can just pause the video or just look and see where I do have every card ranked. I'm telling you guys, every single card on this list I think is a good card. Every single card, especially from like D up, honestly, I think are like elite cards. And even the cards in F I don't think are necessarily bad. They're just not for me personally. Like cards in C tier, I love Manu Ginobili, right? I love Draymond Green, he's really good. I love Brandon Roy, I love Buzelis. Bogdani's really good. LeBron's really good. Ron Artest. Even the cards in D tier like Miles Turner, Dino, love those cards in the no money spent, right? Delano Banton's a beast, Rocco's a beast. And even the cards in F, like they can be good if you do like those cards. So I understand people are going to think that I have some cards way too low compared to others. I can understand that. So let me know what you guys would change. I love hearing your guys' opinions down below. It's funny, people say I got like Carlo-esque tier list. I find that funny. If you guys disagree with my tier list, that's totally okay with me. But in my opinion, these are the top 100 best cards in the game, ranked from S all the way down to F tier. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this longer video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.